The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. The soul becomes dye with the color of its thoughts. If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. Waste no more time arguing about what a good person should be. Be one. The obstacle is the way. He who fears death will never do anything worth of a living man. Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Sometimes even to live is an act of courage. It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor. The whole future lies in uncertainty. Live immediately. To be angry is to let others' mistakes punish yourself. The greatest remedy for anger is delay. No man was ever wise by chance. Life is long if you know how to use it. The mind that is anxious about future events is miserable. A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials. It is not the size of the man, but the size of his heart that matters. The art of living well and the art of dying well are one. There is no great genius without a mixture of madness. The less we need, the freer we are. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. The soul should be trained to endure all kinds of hardships. He who lives in harmony with himself lives in harmony with the universe. Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself. Your life is what your thoughts make it. We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more from imagination than from reality. No one can make you feel inferior without your consent. It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor. If a man knows not to which port he sails, no, wind is favorable. The wise man does not expose himself needlessly to danger. He who is not a good servant will not be a good master. The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. Do every act of your life as if it were your last. Death smiles at us all, but all a man can do is smile back. The greatest wealth is to live content with little. Nothing, to my way of thinking, is a better proof of a well-ordered mind than a man's ability to stop just where he is and pass some time in his own company. It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor. True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. The wise man does at once what the fool does finally. He who knows others is wise. He who knows himself is enlightened. The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. The person who removes a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. Patience is a tree with bitter roots but sweet fruits. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. When the winds of change blow, some people build walls, and others build windmills. A wise man adapts himself to circumstances as water shapes itself to the vessel that contains it. The gem cannot be polished without friction, nor man perfected without trials. The person who says it cannot be done should not interrupt the person who is doing it. The best fighter is never angry. He who conquers others is strong. He who conquers himself is mighty. To know what is right and not do it is the worst cowardice. A single conversation with a wise person is worth a month's study of books. If you don't want anyone to know, don't do it. A book holds a house of gold. The person who asks a question is a fool for a minute. The person who does not ask is a fool for life. When anger arises, think of the consequences. The more man meditates upon good thoughts, the better will be his world and the world at large. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. It's a humble request.